What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel today and the awful, stupid intro that makes no sense for no reason of this game. We are back on Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed for part number 4 and the first chunk of the evolution mode, kind of the sort of main career mode, playthrough game mode, if you want to think of it like that. So we're going to hop right into it. We finished factory driver mode last time out for the first 3 parts of that. So that was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen those yet, make sure you go watch those after you're done watching this one. We'll hop right into evolution and we have a nice video to start with. It's probably very loud. I apologize. I did not think of that. Did not occur to me at all that would be exceptionally loud, so I apologize for that. I still don't know why the sound for this game is so mucked up and why it's all weird, but no matter. Anyways, we're going to hop right into it here. We're starting out in the classic era, 1950 of the evolution mode. We only have one tournament that we can even enter because we only have the one car. That's a new car because we're right at the start of the game, the 356 challenge. We have to go to the garage. We have to go to new cars, because there are no used cars because it's the very first year. Technically, this is not the first year of Porsche 1950. We're going to have a couple of options here shortly for brand new Porsche 356s from 1950, a Cabriolet and a Coupe, the Coupe Ferdinand, in fact. Technically speaking, the Porsche number 1 from 1948 was the first production Porsche, if you want to think of it that way. But that car is not modeled in this game for some reason, maybe because it's just a one-off. I'm not exactly sure why, to be honest with you, because that game, I keep saying that, excuse me, that car is in the PlayStation version of this game, the model number 1, so not exactly sure why we don't have it here in the PC version, but regardless, we'll go look at new cars. We have the 356 and the 356 Coupe. They're almost exactly the same. The Coupe, statistics-wise, has a little bit better handling. Why, I have no idea. I assume it's a little bit lighter and stiffer is the theory. But regardless, we will go with the Cabriolet just for fun. All sorts of cool colors. We'll just get in purple because purple's cool. Some absolutely hideous interiors. We'll go with gray. Why not? Gonna spend all $1,100 of money. And yeah, that's that. We have all sorts of cool stuff. We can repair our car if we were to damage it. We can do car sep, which we're not going to get into, especially in this first term, because it makes no difference because everybody's going to be awfully slow. We could get new parts. We could paint it. Again, doesn't really matter that much. We're just going to hop right into this first tournament. So, yeah, we got event info. We got 5 events here in the classic era tournaments. We can go look at which track we want to do first. Not that it really matters. We'll just do Normandie first. Why not? We have $0, so we'll hop right into it. Should be a lot of fun. Should be straightforward. These are going to be pretty long races, actually, relatively speaking, because of the pace of these cars being so slow. But we are ready to go, so let's get to it.
2, 1, go!
And we are underway on the evolution career mode. This car does like 0 to 60 in 23.5 seconds or something, if I remember correctly. It has a top speed of like 85 miles an hour. So, yeah, going to be very, very slow this first race here at Normandie. I just love this career mode, though. I raved about the last couple episodes as well. It's such a great mode, this evolutions mode, going through the decades of Porsche cars and a couple Porsche race cars. It's just such a wonderful game mode, and I'm crazy about this game mode, and I wish it would come back in other Porsche games, or I guess there's only one Porsche game, but in other types of games, I think that they could remaster this Porsche Unleashed type of game and add another, 25 years onto it here as we approach the new year to start 2025, and have it be a 75-year kind of progression rather than the 50 that we have in this game. And I think that would be amazing. I mean, you could make it, PC only if you wanted to make it easy like that, and just such a cool game. I would be absolutely tickled to death to play this again as a remastered modern version. Also, the AI here for probably the first several tournaments, at least the first couple, but this one especially, are really, really awful. Not only is the car unbelievably slow, of course, it's a base 356 with like 40 horsepower, but the AI is on obviously very easy mode, and pretty boring couple of races we're gonna have here. So it should be no contest. We probably win this by like 40 seconds or something, but hopefully it's fun. Hopefully we can just kind of get through it and survive. I don't think we'll pick up any damage from jumps or anything, so we probably are going to take the left-hand road through the kind of the split that comes up here. Ordinarily, you would, take the right road for missing the jump and not having to damage your car landing, but I don't even think we're going to be going fast enough to damage the car here. If we are, my bad. So we'll just go left. I think it's a shorter route, and again, not overly concerned about car damage or anything because we're not going that fast. We almost understeer out into the barn there for no good reason. But again, we're doing like 60, so shouldn't have any problems with this jump. If we do, well, then we learn. So hit it nice and straight, nice and square. No damage. We are going to stay around the outside of this next split. The on the roadway is going to be, I think, a little bit faster, trying to keep momentum up than try to accelerate with the slow car. It's a really fine line. With the car with some power, as we get later into this evolution mode, the left-hand area when you're in this direction, the kind of dirt path, is actually shorter, very slightly. So a fast accelerating car that doesn't have such a high top speed might be faster through there, but very fast race cars that can carry a whole bunch of speed, 150 plus miles an hour, are going to be much faster staying to the right, staying on the normal roadway, and carrying speed all the way around this section because it is pretty wide open. So apparently we are 1 minute and 30 seconds ahead, even though we're 3 minutes into this race, which is bonkers and can't possibly be correct. But regardless, we'll just keep chugging along. We'll see what the number ends up being, but just going to absolutely demolish this field here today. 7 competitors plus me. We got Dylan, Perez. Is it Paris? I always thought it was Perez when I was a kid, but now I realize it's a stupid name. It's not Perez. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's not English or American, I should say, obviously. But Perez, is that what it is? But Steel, we'll pretend that's my buddy Steel Langford, but that's Steel. Wingnut, Leadfoot. Again, when I was like 6 or never the first time I played this game, I only knew that the word L-E-A-D was lead. Thought it was Leadfoot for like a solid 2 years, but obviously it's Leadfoot. That makes a lot more sense for a racing game. Amazon, the corporate conglomerate giant, and Backlash, who is living up to his name, being at the back. So yeah, we are 3 minutes ahead of Backlash apparently, even though we're only 4 minutes into this race. So he is just making awful progress here today, but we'll come through. Only a couple more corners to go. These gaps don't quite make sense, but should be a nice, smooth, clean race. There is a safe driver bonus on this game. I forgot about that too. If you finish without, damaging your car, hitting anything, any obstacles, walls, other drivers, you do get a bonus dollar amount. I don't remember exactly what it is. Maybe it varies. I have no idea. But we definitely want to try to aim for that because that would be a big boost moving forwards. The other thing that I want to do in this game, while I'm thinking of it, I'd like to own one of every single car. And that's obviously easier said than done because the whole point is that you spend basically all your money saving up buying the next car for each subsequent tournament, and you never get a chance to like own everything. You have to just pick and choose which cars you want. Well, we're going to try to avoid that, as I'll finish that story when we get to the next one. So yeah, we won by not quite 2 minutes. 8:33 is an absolutely abysmal race time. I just want to point that out. We are the tournament leader. We did get the safe bonus 1 for $750, whatever that means. This is my test run. I just drove around here in a 911 GT1 and some other test runs we did. But we're still good. We're going to go on to race number 2. Obviously, that one was pretty straightforward and relatively simple, so hopefully we can repeat that at Cote d'Azur. Is it Cote d'Azur? Cote d'Azur? Cote d'Azur? Cote d'Azur? Whatever it is. Anyways, another beginner track. Fun track. Only one kind of split around this track, kind of through the city center, and the last couple corners are a little bit tricky and deceiving. But should be pretty straightforward. So again, we get to start from the front of this one at least, so hopefully we should be able to get away and have a nice clean race and hopefully pick up another safe driver bonus. Anyways, I want to own one of every car while we have the opportunity here. Of course, that's going to take some amount of money. I have a bigger plan of how I want to do that. We'll have to just play it by ear. While I'm looking at it, looks like Dylan's struggling here early. He usually finishes second in pretty much all the tournaments just because he's the first driver, the best driver, whatever he is. Anyway, so that's going to require some off-camera grinding. I don't know exactly how I want that all to work out as far as how I'm going to grind, what series or what tournament I'm going to grind, for example, and how much. Don't have a dollar amount in mind, but I want to drive a good amount just to give us a big overage for dollars and be able to get all the various cars that come our way. So because they're only some of them are only in the new car area, and they only come around once, like between each tournament. So we'll have to keep checking both new and used cars, and also these early cars. When you move on to these subsequent eras of the game, as that was an awful corner there by me in third gear. When you move on to the subsequent eras of the game, like especially into the modern era, which starts, I guess, in like the late 80s or early 90s, um, these early cars, the 50s cars, are worth an unbelievable amount of money. So while they're cheap, and if I can grind out this tournament like a bunch of times, I want to try to go into the used car and buy like 10 of each. That way I have, several gazillions of dollars to spend in the future to help that, so we don't have to grind as many tournaments other than this first chunk. So we'll see how that works, but again, we'll play that by ear. But for now, we just gotta finish this one off, get through Cote de Jour we're gonna go with for this. And again, pretty slow, pretty pedestrian, pretty boring, but necessary. And again, gonna be very, very boring if I just grind this off camera, but I think that was the best way to do this moving forwards, to be able to afford all the various cars that would allow us to have one of everything. So I think that's a pretty good goal, and we'll see how that works. So down the hill nice and easily. I mean, maybe we won't even go for one of everything. Maybe we'll just try to get like one convertible of everything, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to think about that, but easier said than done. I'll just play it by ear. So incredibly slow. So yeah, between this, I guess I just decided just now, between this episode and the next one, the 356A tournament, you'll see in part 5 next week, same time. Saturdays at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Next Saturday, you will see part 5 for the 356A tournament, the tournament immediately after this one, and I will, by that time, have grinded a ton of hours probably into this, trying to do these really basic, boring first tournaments, just trying to go out and hopefully earn enough money to have a stockpile and be able to purchase one of everything. I guess that's kind of the goal, so we'll play that by ear. Just have to keep an eye on how the pricing structure works out. There we go, nice little jump. Nice and smooth. These next couple of corners here, this left-hander leads us downhill into a tight right-hander that has a lot of grass runoff, but very easy to run out wide or get sideways through here. And then we have another slight left-hander and then another right-hander uphill up over a bridge that's very, very tightening, so easy to push onto that wall as well. Navigate through there just fine. We're only about 37 seconds ahead here in this one so far, so feel definitely keeping it closer than the almost 2 minutes or whatever we won the last one by, which is nice to see. I guess theoretically we should all be pretty much on top of each other because they're all equal cars here, all equal performance for the most part, so don't exactly know why the field is so spread, especially in that last race. We were like 3.5 minutes ahead of Backlash, but regardless, we'll come up the hill here, see the checkered flag for the finish. Sub 420 is going to be where we're at, 419.12. And that's the very first tournament of Evolution mode already done. So that is the 356 Cup or Challenge or whatever it's called. Don't even remember what it's called, to be honest with you. But we did it. We survived. Won by, I guess, what, 47 seconds or so? Yes, we did. We did win the tournament. 15-5. We did get the safe bonus and the tournament bonus. So good amount of money scored there from that. Obviously no lap records being set in this car, but that's okay. And 15-5 is where we're at. So next time out we will have the 356A tournament. But let's just look at kind of what we got here available for sale. I guess all sorts of 356s, which makes sense. Yeah, so we'll go look at the new cars that are available because we're going to have some different stuff. So we leapt ahead, excuse me, to 1956 now after that, which is when they must have come out with the 356A. And you see all the options we got. So we're going to have some interesting options here. 356A Speedster, Super Speedster. What the difference is, I have no idea. We also have the 1600 Super Coupe, 1600 Coupe, 1300 Super Coupe, 1300 Coupe. So yeah, we're gonna have some purchases to be made here today. But I'm gonna go do some grinding off camera to separate this. So we will call that a part, and that's a nice quick one, easy one to start off the evolution mode. So make sure you drop that like, sub down below. Don't want you to miss anything from Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, iRacing, Camaro content, track day content, anything else I may do. So big thanks to each and every one of you. Big thanks again to Spencer and Steven for helping me get this all set and running. And it's been great to play so far, but next time you see me, this bank account number will hopefully be a little bit bigger. But that's going to be it. Until next time, as always, bye. Maybe, if the mouse will work today. Come on, mouse. There we go. Bye.